Pete says he's about ready.
Oh, I'm gonna GoPro today too.
We're just prepping to do a little mini link up of some peaks up the east fork of the Bear. We slept here last night at the trailhead.
About ready.
Pete's doing funny.
Clip as well.
So,
hey, is that the 9 or the 8?
The Ocho.
Hey, I've got an 8 too.
So we're gonna do, what peaks are we gonna do?
Beulah,
Yard,
Cathedral.
and Cathedral.
Yeah, don't worry, I'm not going to do the side-by-side anymore, but I will use footage from Quartz GoPro and from my GoPro so that we can get some shots of each of us and some narration from each of us.
Like we're making pretty decent time. It's probably 15, 20 minutes till our turn off to Cathedral. We decided to go counterclockwise, so that'll be our first peak of the day. There is our first peak. We're gonna head right up that face. You can see up those patches of snow. Oh, there's more bogger. Feet are soaked. Oh well, what can you do? All right, kinda emerging here. We'll have to pick our way around a few cliffs here and there, but it doesn't look too hard.
Here's a sneak peek of Beulah from across the drainage. Sneak peek. Anyway, notice the gnarly ridgeline for future reference.
There's Pete over there. Working our way up. It's a long ways.
Some of the beta we had said it could be tricky to find your way up Cathedral, but other than the vertical gain, we found it tremendously easy. Perhaps the secret was that we gained the ridge quite early. In fact, the views you're seeing are probably not from the real Cathedral, but just from some sub-summit to the north, despite what I'm about to say.
This is the top of Cathedral. We're just leaving. Yard looks a little gnar. We're gonna just take it as it comes, see how it goes. Quite a bit of dropping even just to get to the other side of Cathedral.
I avoided looking down for this move, but let me tell you, it was one pretty sketchy step. This is most likely the real summit of Cathedral. Gotta love that view of Alsop and the surrounding ridges.
Kind of a grind, a lot of little clip bands to negotiate down below, and real loose.
There's Pete making his way up to the top of Yard. Wasn't too bad. Yeah. Yeah, pretty fun. We're about 10.5 miles and just over 5,000 feet. And we've been going for 5 hours and 18 minutes. So I think we definitely have slowed down at spots, but we're doing okay. All right, how do we get down off the Yard?
Despite looking gnar from afar, there was no fear when we got near. I even got to glissade a few hundred feet. I started in sitting position, but got confident enough to go up to my feet before falling back down to my butt.
Great views.
Getting down from this unnamed peak on the southeast side of Alsop was definitely a giant question mark.
Just down climbed that thing, which probably doesn't look bad, but it's so chossy and so loose. And we have this thing to our right, which is like a gnarliest, heinous gully. No way we're going down that. And so we are venturing out this way. Pete's leading the way. And hopefully we can find a way down because it looks real cliffy. So this may prove to be the crux. All right, lower down the ridge. Pete's leading the way. Pretty chossy, pretty steep still. There's some hope, but a lot of unknown down there.
It was a little sketchy because we didn't know if that ridge would go. Fortunately, this descent went. The next section of ridge was pretty smooth, which made it fly by without any trouble. Eventually we get to this section of craggy battlements, which, like so much of the route before it, can cause doubt from far out, but there's possibilities through these chossy hills you see.
We just had a glorious section of real quick progress. Now some more cliffs. We think we're gonna go around to the left if we can. Holy moly, it's a long ways away. All right, so there's a whole bunch of up downs. And they don't look easy, they don't look solid, they just look like dangerous and nuisances. So we're gonna like just circle around this, come down that scree all the way down to the snowfields, and then go back up like where those line of plants is. Yeah.
This detour from the ridge resulted in a significant loss of elevation, but at least I got to do a monster glissade. Yeah, let's speed that up a bit. While I finished the glissade, let me just add that this ridge that we're skipping was kind of the opposite of what we'd experienced all day. Like, it looked okay from across the way, but up close we were like, adios.
Trying to stay high around all these things would have been ludicrous. Glad we came down. Just over there by the plants is my aim. Once again climbing. I keep thinking we're close and we're keep being wrong.
For some reason, neither Court nor I recorded much video from the top, probably because we were pretty tired, but we made it.
Yeah, scree skiing.
This scree chute to the north of Beulah provides an easy and quick way down, because we're able to scree ski basically the whole way. We take turns just to make sure that the odd rock doesn't fall down on each other. Minutes from the bottom of the chute, we're back on the trail, and it's an easy slog back out to the parking lot.
Yeah, I think it was about 23 miles and like 8,800 feet. So, not too shabby. Turned out a lot harder than we thought.
I guess you could say it was no real grind in our mind, but a lot of strife in real life.